Let's talk a little bit about business practices and communication for a little bit. This particularly applies to people that are in service-oriented businesses or businesses that deal with direct sales where you're in constant contact with people. I want to give a message to the person who in business and to the customer. Communication is key. Communication is vital. If you're a business owner, it is best that you have some kind of cushion for yourself before you launch your business. That way you won't be living from penny to penny to try to figure out where your next sale is going to come from, where your next client is going to come from. It's going to take a while before you actually turn a real profit. You're going to sink a lot of money and time into your business at first until you get established. And part of that time that you're going to spend is trying to secure good clients, trying to secure good customers. If you have that base of regular customers that you deal with, or if you have good contracts, good solid contracts with reputable clients, then you're on your way. But from time to time, you have that one customer, and I know we've all dealt with it at some point or another, that one customer or client who is just high maintenance. Everything seems to be an issue, everything seems to be a problem, and everything is complicated. And you know what the funny thing is about this customer or client? They don't provide as much business for you as the other customers and clients do. As a matter of fact, they probably provide the least amount, but they take up the most time. So you got to watch out for these people, and what you have to do is you really have to know what your boundaries are dealing with them. There are some people who believe that the customer is right, and they take that to the extent. They will use the daylights out of you. And right before you know it, you spent all this extra time on that customer and client when you could have been working on other parts of your business or working on focusing on your other customers and clients who don't give you as much trouble. So the first thing you need to do when dealing with these people is you need to set certain restrictions. And if they seem to have certain money issues, then you have to set up certain fail-safes in regards to that. If they're having problems paying their invoices for services, restrict the number of services that you give them or don't do business with them anymore. I can speak from a personal experience that I've had once or twice. For those of you that know, I sell Avon Avon as one of my side gigs. And dealing with Avon, you come across a lot of people. And what I've noticed, what I've had to do, because I've been doing it for close to 2 years now, is that you learn as you go. And what I've noticed is what I've had to do is, instead of just randomly taking orders throughout the whole time, is to set a certain day and a time out of the week that all orders are due. It saves a whole bunch of trouble for you. And in that way, you won't have to go out of your way during the time where you could be focusing on something else to place orders. Just let all your customers know the day and time the orders are due for that particular sales campaign. And that helps out a lot. But you do have one or two customers. They order a lot from you, is no problem. But then you have those one or two customers. They don't order very much at all, but they want the most from you. I had a couple of cases where there were a couple of clients, and we're talking about orders that were small, maybe $10, $20 at the most. And they want you to jump through all these hoops to do everything for them, to get the order for them. How am I going to get you the money in the whole 9 yards? Well, the good part about selling for Avon is that you're set up with your online store. So after a couple of times of accommodating these people, I told myself I'm not going to waste any more time with them. What I'm going to do from now on is if they can't get it within a certain period of time, they can't get the order to me within a certain period of time or the payment, then I will go ahead and just refer them to the online store, because apparently they're confused as to when they're going to place the order. And having a discussion with you about it doesn't help your bottom line at all. See, in direct sales, people need to be ready to purchase their product. And if they're not, they can come back to your store and get it anytime they want and have it sent directly to them. But anyway, when you're dealing with this type of customer, this time I'm speaking to the customer. Look, I know you've heard all your life that the customer's always right, the customer's always right. But some of you guys take it to the extent. Some of you guys are driving people absolutely nuts for a little bit of money, and you actually think in your mind that that person is desperate for you. These people are in business, which means they have other clients besides you. And the fact that they're going the extra mile and they're taking the extra time to deal with you shows you that they're good business people, because in most businesses they won't give you the time of day. So what you need to do is decide when you want your product and get your product. And if there's so much of an issue as to whether or not you're going to have the money, wait till you do have the money. It's not a 4-alarm fire. But trying to get people to do extra things just to get the few dollars that you're willing to give them is just not worth it. And you wonder why people don't want to do business with you. And you have to think about the fact that there's going to be a time that you're going to have a service that you want clients for. And the people that you are dealing with, whether they're people that provide services to you or whether they provide products for you, these people might be the ones to get you clients. But because of your behavior to them, they won't help you. I had quite a few clients back in the day that would ask me to help them with something else. But when I sit down and think about the hard time that they gave me about an order or a service I performed, I don't give it to them. I try to limit as much time as I can with those people. So you got to think. Networking. There's going to be a time and a place where you're going to need some kind of information or referral or something from that person. But because you gave them such a hard time during business, they're not going to want to help you. They're not going to want to look out for you. And they're the ones that's exposed to more people than you are. So wouldn't it behoove you to kind of tone it down a little bit and just pull yourself together as far as these services and products are concerned? If you know that person is selling something, they're doing it to try to make extra money or to try to build their business, what's the purpose of wasting all this time? I'm still trying to wrap my head around that one. So do yourself and everybody a favor, and just when you make up your mind and you're ready to get the service or the product, get it, keep it quiet, and keep moving. Establish yourself as a good customer. Being a difficult customer doesn't make things better for you. It actually makes things worse. Especially if you're one of those types of people that go out in public being difficult. Because there could be other people that provide other things, and they may want to approach you offering you those things. And then when they see you behave that way, they don't want to deal with you. Don't develop a reputation for being a difficult customer. There's nothing cute about that. Now, it's okay if you're a person who's picky about products. That's one thing. I know a lot of people that are picky about products, but they make good customers because when they make that final decision, their transactions are clean. But don't waste anybody else's time like that. When you're ready, go ahead and make your transaction. But until then, don't say anything. I just hope this helps the business person and the client, because I know there are a lot of us that are trying to build our businesses right now. And we understand that some people just want to get attention. But during business, you don't have time to play therapist or anything like that to people. Unless it's a situation where it's a paid session, that's different. But you don't have time to play counselor when you're trying to conduct business. Business is business. And you customers, Don't think just because a person's in business, you're not the only customer that they have. They have other clients that provide more business for them for less trouble. And eventually it's going to be a matter of time where they're not going to want to deal with you anymore. So it's up to you to decide what you want to do. Sometimes it's best that you do part company, business, and client and just end the relationship if it's escalated to a level where it's just created negative feelings. And for what? It's not worth it. And we all know in business, time is very valuable. Just saying.